Hey guys, it's Yankee Prepper, and I know this is my third video of the day, but I feel real motivated to share this with you. This whole Al-Qaeda bomber on Christmas, it really smells like fish to me. And you know, I don't think this has anything to do. This is where I really disconnect from a lot of people out there that call themselves patriots and truthers. This has nothing to do with Obama. This has nothing to do with Al-Qaeda, even though this guy is working for Al-Qaeda. See, the real enemy plays both sides. They always have. And you need to look beyond your local governments because they're just puppets. And I want to throw at you a training exercise that we used in the military to train men. And, you know, when we're training men through basic training or any kind of extended physical training, we keep the pressure on all the time. So they can't even really think straight. You just keep the pressure on all the time. Keep them worried. Keep them worried all the time, and keep them going all the time. And if someone is falling behind, let's say someone's not shining their boots right, or someone's not cleaning their weapon right. See, I would not punish that man. I would punish everyone else. And it's a great way to train masses of people, because what happens when you do it that way, the majority of the people that are getting punished for this one guy or minority's actions, they would become so pissed off at that one individual, and that works to your advantage because they're fixated on him. They're mad because they're having to do extra push-ups or extra duty because this guy messed up. And it's a great way to motivate people indirectly, because then let's say I'm the trainer, I'm the one that's really causing all the work and all the pain, but they don't see it that way. They start focusing on the individual that's messing up or what they feel like is causing their problems. This is a great motivator, and it turns the attention off the person that's causing all the work and all the pain on to, let's say, an individual. And that's exactly what I see happening. If you can step outside of this just for a moment, because I had to deal with this on the way home from Florida. I went down there before the bomber attempted this, to blow his nuts off, basically. He couldn't even get that done. That's how incompetent these people are. And we're supposed to be really afraid of these people, right? And then even though we're spending billions and billions of dollars, with all this new technology and all this inconvenience going through the airport, on the way back, man, it was lines, and they're going through everything. They wouldn't even let some orange marmalade, a little jar of orange marmalade, which was obviously orange marmalade, in my kid's backpack. I mean, they went through everything, and there was lines all over the place. This is Christmas and New Year's, everybody's frustrated, we're all sweating in the airport. And see, instead of punishing the perpetrator, they're punishing us. Do you get that? Do you see that? Because that's what I want to point out to you. I just want you to look at it that way for a minute. This seems very similar to the same kind of training exercises that we would perform in the military. They don't punish Al-Qaeda. They're not punishing this 16-year-old nutcase, or however old he is, from Nigeria. They're punishing all of us. So what do? We get mad. We're getting mad at the Muslims. We're getting mad at this Nigerian. And that takes our attention off to the people that are really causing all the work and all the pain. I want you to really think about that, because that's what's happening. None of this stuff that they're doing in the airport, all these billions of dollars and dogs and ramping up all the people that are going through all your pockets and looking into everything that you have and keeping you got to get to the airport 2 hours early now. The Dutch are going for all full body scanners now. Chicago Airport is going to full body scanners all over this one, quote unquote bad guy. They're going to do all this now, and we're just supposed to take it. And we're supposed to be mad at Al-Qaeda. We're not supposed to be mad at the people doing this really to us, not the one that's really causing all the work and all the pain. Now we're supposed to be mad at Al-Qaeda. And it's very effective in training mass amounts of people. I just want you to think about that for a minute. I want to read this to you quickly too. Traveler's choice, shed shyness for security. As Ronak Ray hunted for his flight gate, he prepared for the prospect of a security guard peering through his clothes with a full-body scanner. But Ray doesn't mind. Bah! What he gives up in privacy, he gets back in security. I think it's necessary, said Ray, a 23-year-old know-it-all graduate student from San Francisco. While he was going through International Airport in San Fran to fly to India, he says, our lives are far more important than how we are being searched. You know, this is why we're losing. Guys like Ronak Ray that actually believe that giving up their liberty for security is going to lead to a better life. Because all that's important to Ray is that he's alive and breathing. That's what it's going to come to. I had to read that for you. I'll leave it up in the link. It's maddening for me. It's absolutely maddening. And the last thing that I want to throw in on this, and I think you should be looking at this because this is really where the real story is. I picked this up on Politico. On the 16th of December, there's a nice picture of Nancy Pelosi. The Patriot Act that they're supposed to renew has been put off. They put it off until next year. It was rescheduled for next year. And now all of a sudden we got all these terror concerns that they'll probably ramp up till that time. I want you to think about that. The Patriot Act, for you guys, you know, this is an act that you really should sit down and read. This has destroyed our Constitution. It's destroyed it. We are no longer a republic because of the Patriot Act. And the Patriot Act is what the Lisbon Treaty was to Europe. The Lisbon Treaty actually came after, but the Patriot Act destroyed America as I knew it before. It was one of the things that really woke me up. So I want you to look at this. This seems awful suspicious to me. I was watching this for a while. It's due to expire. They were arguing about what they should do and what they don't, what the FBI can do, how they can snoop on you, and they put it off all of a sudden. They're going to talk about it next year, and now all of a sudden we got all kinds of terrorist problems. And Ronak Ray from San Francisco, he wants them looking up his poop chute, if necessary, to save his precious life. This guy doesn't even know what America was like beforehand. Anyway, you guys, I had to get that out to you. Again, this is very similar, in my opinion, of how we train mass amounts of people in the military. You keep them angry at each other. You pick, one guy's messing up. The real enemy here, guys, is not Obama. I'm telling you, he's just a puppet. He's an idiot, but he's just a puppet. So is Brown in the UK. The real movers, they're not in politics. They're the family dynasties. And they play both sides of this stuff. They back Obama and they back Al-Qaeda. And they're the ones really making the rules, really causing the pain. They're the ones changing the world. And if you can just step outside of what's happening and look at that, I would wish you would at least just look at it and think about it. Anyway, I think this is my last video for the day. I will talk to you guys later. Happy New Year.